Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to your very first SNHU webinar, the Making Good Connections webinar. This is for students that are starting classes coming up here in January. We are so excited to have y'all with us today. I'm Melanie Shop. I'll be kind of your host for today's session. Today's session is recorded. You're going to hear from a lot of different presenters. I encourage you to utilize the chat to say hello, let us know where you're from, what your major is, ask any questions that you might have. We're going to cover a lot of information today, but like I said, it's recorded. The recording has started, so you can go back and watch this as many times as you want to in case you wanted to catch something or see how to find something or navigate something. As we get going today, as you utilize the chat, you might see me kind of going between two screens. It's because I can't see the chat when this is live like this, and we want to make sure that you all get your questions answered. Today's session takes usually about 30-45 minutes, just depends on what we have going on and anything that you guys might need to know, but let us just be the first to welcome you here to SNHU. We're so excited for you. And we're really anxious to tell you about all the departments and the people, the teams here at the university that just really make your educational experience even better. So today we're going to cover quite a lot. We're going to introduce y'all to our SNHU Connect student involvement team. You're going to meet SNHU Career, Academic Support, the Shapiro Library. You're going to hear from Alumni Engagement. If you're taking SNHU 107 or IDS 105, if you're taking either one of those classes, we're going to talk a little bit about those classes and resources for your success. And then we're going to finish today's session talking about the peer mentors and what they can do to help support your success here at SNHU. So first and foremost, I want to make sure that everybody can kind of hear me okay, right? You can see me okay, you can hear me okay. That's one of the biggest things I always want to make sure of as we kind of get going today. Our amazing fearless leader is not able to be with us today. He is prepping for SNHU commencement, which is this weekend. So Dr. James Winfield is one of our amazing associate deans here at SNHU. And for some of you, if you're taking IDS 105 or SNHU 107, he just may be your instructor. And so I'm going to speak a little bit on his behalf because he always likes to make sure that he gives y'all such a big, warm welcome here to SNHU. So pop quiz. Does anybody know what our university mascot is? If you do, pop it in the chat real quick. Pop quiz. Who can be the fastest one? Very good. Yes, the Penman. Excellent job. Excellent job. So the Penman is our SNHU University mascot. And Dr. Winfield, or Dr. J, as his students like to call him, loves to share this acronym with our new students, and that is PEN. So persist, engage, and network. And what he means by this acronym is he wants to encourage all of you to, first of all, the P is for to persist. So to keep going. Adding school to a usually already full plate or trying something new can sometimes be overwhelming. It can sometimes feel like a lot. Anybody feel like that? You're going to have good days, you're going to have not so great days, and you're going to have days in the middle. And so he just wants to remind you that through it all, to keep going, persist, keep moving, right? One day after the next, one module after the next, one class after the next gets you to that finish line of your degree, okay? The E is for engage. So get involved. Get involved with clubs, organizations, learning communities. You're going to hear all about that today. Engage with your classmates in your classroom. Get to know the department and the people here at SNHU. It just makes your experience that much better. And then the N is for network. So we encourage you, even when you first start your classes, to get to know our amazing SNHU career team, but also network with different people that are in your potential career field, or get to know others that are in your area. All of these things together bring up that PEN for our Penman acronym, and they're just going to help support your success here at SNHU. Okay, so one of the big things we also want to encourage you as you're just starting your classes is there is an FYE. So FYE stands for First Year Experience 101. Kind of like an orientation class. Has anybody taken that yet or seen that? It's kind of like your gateway to SNHU, and it is an optional orientation that just kind of shows you how to navigate Brightspace. You can personalize it to your needs. It helps you get to know your program a little bit. You get to know your support team and the resources here at the university. Again, it's optional. It's something that you can take, but we encourage you to do it because it just gives you a really solid start to your classes. And as you're preparing over these next couple of weeks, it gives you just kind of that confidence and like, you know where to click and you know how to find things. Okay. And I see that a lot of you guys have, and people have already gone through it, which is awesome. So way to go. If you haven't started it yet, you haven't found it yet, it's okay. You can still get through that. You can do that all the way up, even when you start your classes. It's just an optional thing for you. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our amazing online student life here at SNHU, and then I'll be in the chat. Julia, I will move the slides. So just tell me next when you're ready to go.
You got it. Thanks, Melanie. Hi, everyone. My name is Julia Lunardini. I am the Assistant Director of Online Student Involvement. I have never done this webinar before. Usually my boss does it, so bear with me if I trip on my words, but I'm really excited to be here and talk to you all about the SNHU Connect platform. And before we get started, I want to just jump off by saying that essentially everyone you're going to hear from and all of the offices that are here today, we all work together and we all intertwine with each other in various ways. But I'm really excited to kick off the conversation. And full transparency, I am going to cover a lot of information in a small amount of time. And the chat tends to move really quickly. So if you have any questions, you can pop them in the chat. I'll do my best to kind of circle back and answer them. I also have a handful of helpful links that I'll talk about, and I'll post all of those once I'm done talking in just one text block to keep it easy for everyone. So why get involved when you're an online student? Over time, we have found that the more students get involved, the more opportunities they're able to realize and have reference to as far as what's available to you in your experience with Southern New Hampshire University. So it's not just about the classes that you take. It's about the relationships you make. It's about the entire experience you have here. And we want to help you make the most of it. So just like you did in the chat before the presentation and introducing yourself with Office of Student Involvement and SNHU Connect, we're always here trying to help people find ways to relate with each other or find things they have in common or someone taking the same class with them, even if that person is thousands of miles away or from the same town or city as you. Ultimately, our overarching goal on our team is to help create a sense of belonging for students no matter where they're located. We want you to feel like you're part of our community because you are. And one of the tools that we have to accomplish this goal is called SNHU Connect. So SNHU Connect. And it's a private online space that's only for students in our online programs and competency-based programs. And a lot of times people do find SNHU Connect and they're not sure how to utilize it. So today I'm going to chat through a little bit more about what the space looks like and how you can use it to start meeting your peers. So excellent, Melanie, you're already where I want to be. Thank you. So this is our SNHU Connect page on the My SNHU portal that helps you log into the SNHU Connect platform. I know that we have a lot of kind of platforms, right? We have My SNHU, we have SNHU Connect, but My SNHU is essentially a place where the link lives to get to the SNHU Connect platform. And this is an online community where you can make new friends with people from all over the country, even all over the world. And hopefully you'll be able to meet students in different programs as well as your own and encourage each other and make connections along your academic journey. It serves as our virtual student center and houses many of the functions that our office hosts for campus students. So today I am sitting in the student center on campus, but SNHU Connect serves as our student center for online, where we can all come together and build relationships. So when you log into the online community, you'll be able to complete your profile, introduce yourself to your peers, and then we always highly encourage that people browse all of the groups and spaces that we have available to students in SNHU Connect. So really important to note before I continue, when you are enrolled with SNHU, you gain access to My SNHU and your email right away. The SNHU Connect account does take a little bit longer. It can take up to 7 days after enrollment to gain access. So if you try to log in today and the system tells you that you don't have access yet, it's okay. It does take time, and just give it a couple days. Don't panic. It will be there. Um, so once you're in, don't be afraid to click around and see what you find. You can't break the system. We want you to explore. That's how you're able to find groups and niches that work for you. And if you have any questions at all, we're here to help. We do have an email address you can reach out to if you need assistance, and I will put that in the chat as soon as I am done chatting through our slides. So, what can we do in SNU Connect? We can meet peers and we can build our network. And one really exciting way we're able to do that is through what we call our advanced people search. And so you're looking at a screenshot of the search here, but it's really cool because you can enter a combination of search criteria, such as home city or home state or degree program, and click search. And that will populate all of the people that meet the criteria you've put in. So if you're looking for everyone in your major that lives in your state, we can do that here. Or if you're looking for everyone in your major, regardless of state, you can do that here too. Um, so a really cool way to start building your network of people. Then you can click on their profile to learn more about them. You can follow their feed, very similar to other social media platforms. You can find their student email if you wanted to reach out directly. And very similar to what we're all doing with the chat, just a way to start meeting other people going through this experience with you. Um, if you look at the profile on the left-hand side of this slide, you'll notice that there is a blue avatar. And we generally, if you see that avatar, that means that this is a person who just hasn't updated their page or added a profile picture yet. So if there's one piece of advice I could offer everyone today, it would be to go in, update your profile, and add a profile picture. People tend to gravitate towards those profiles more. It lets people know you're approachable. It helps them understand that you're a real person. I know we're all real people, but pictures do tend to help. Um, and it'll show that you're looking to connect. So you'll only see what other students have entered into their profile, so you can only see what people want you to see. And like I said, if there's one thing you do, make sure you complete your profile so other students can find you. Um, and then again, just a note, if you try to do that today and it doesn't let you in, don't panic. It just takes a couple days for it to come through. So next slide. Awesome. So we have, you know what, before I get going, just with like the flash emojis that we have access to, can you like thumbs up or high five me if you've logged in yet or explored any of our clubs? I see a heart, thumbs, couple. Yeah, okay, excellent. So some people have hopped in. And how about, can anyone throw up a heart emoji if they've joined a club yet? Has anyone taken the first step? I've got at least one. Okay, excellent. So we've got some people already going in our clubs, but we have quite a few clubs to choose from. These are exclusively for online students. Some of them do have sister clubs on campus, but the ones you see here are for students in your shoes, in your seats, who are joining us virtually. We have educational clubs, social clubs, university sponsored clubs, and all of them are free to join. And you can get involved as soon as you can log in to SNU Connect. So if you can get in today, you can join a club today. And in order to join, all you have to do is email the club, and you'll see their email address on their SNU Connect page. All clubs have a unique email address. It'll be on the top right of their page, right under their club profile picture. And in order to be added to the official roster, all you have to do is reach out and send that email. Um, if you are not sure if the club is right for you, you don't have to join the roster right away, but you can still participate. So you have the ability to follow their page, which is kind of just dipping your toe in before you jump right onto their roster. Um, and you can go to their meetings and you can join in the conversation, and that is welcomed. So if that is something that works for you, by all means, please do it. Generally, at the beginning, we recommend joining 1 or 2 clubs, see how much of the time, how much of your time it's taking, and add more from there if it's something else you'd like to do. And you can also attend virtual events with clubs through SNU Connect. Most groups meet once a month, and a lot of our clubs will also do joint meetings or movie nights or game nights to get more people together. So, a ton of really exciting opportunities in the club space. And Melanie, next slide. So, one way to start to get to know all of our clubs is through our page that's called Club Hub. Um, this is kind of our club lounge where clubs and organizations can market their events. They market contests. They put up links for their meetings. They're able to kind of share everything they're doing in one space. So if you're looking for a good place to start or start to explore, Club Hub is the place to be. If you scroll through that feed, you're going to start to get a feel for everything that's going on in SNU Connect as far as clubs go. And it's also where new clubs get started. So everybody has the ability to create a new club. We do have a process to follow, but they're very grassroots as far as they get started. And when clubs are trying to form and kind of get their initial group of members, Club Hub is where they go. So when you're in there, you may also see new clubs trying to gain the required amount of people to get started. So a very cool space to check out when you're in the community. And next slide, Melanie. Excellent. So we also have 5 honor societies that are for our online students. And the honor societies are a little bit different because if you qualify for any of these honor societies, we will reach out to you. You will get an invitation. Once a year, we send out invitations to student email addresses, so your SNU email. And I will also just pop in here. If you are not regularly checking your student email address, now is a good time to start. All of the official communications coming from our university are going to go to that email address, including Honor Society invitations. So make sure you build that into your regular schedule with your academics. So if you qualify, you will receive an invitation to an honor society. Each society has different deadlines, so make sure you are paying close attention to your inbox. The only society that invites twice a year is our National Society of Leadership and Success, and there is a one-time lifetime membership fee. So as long as you meet the criteria for any of these honor societies, you do not have to nominate yourself. We will reach out to you and you can opt in or out of any honor society. Some are for undergrad, some are for grad students, some are for both. And if you are inducted into any of them, we also have group spaces in SNU Connect for all of the people in these honor societies to connect with each other. And then with this, again, one more thing, just make sure you're checking that student email. I can't stress it enough. I'm not the first person and I'm not the last to say it, but build that into your routine. Next slide, Melanie. So we also, our office tries to host as many events as we can. And this is one of the areas where we join forces with our alumni engagement office. We throw as many fun events as we can that help students network in person and try to invite family and friends when we're able to as well. Historically, we've gone to Top Golf and Red Bull Stadium, and these are some of the pictures on the slides. We all just took a trip to Chicago, which was an incredible experience to get to meet some students in person. And we try as hard as we can to find opportunities for events in real life. And we do meetups and socials. And we also have a virtual leadership conference called SNU Leads coming up soon. That happens annually. We also host virtual events in relation to campus homecoming. We do Global Days of Service, which is where online students from across the country participate in shared service projects. And we have so many amazing events with our office and the alumni team. We'll talk about those more as well today. And we share all of these events on the calendars listed on this slide as a way to help you all connect with each other virtually and in person. Next slide. So, additionally, we have clubs, we have in person meetups, we have groups, we also have learning communities. So, these are set up as spaces available for you to connect with others that are in the courses you're currently in. There are some groups on this page that you can participate in, like career and social and student support related. You can find information on this page about our Student Engagement Council, along with the application and criteria as far as the council works. And the Student Engagement Council is what I say, the life force behind SNU Connect. These students are a group that meets with staff from SNU to provide support and feedback and help with the overall experience in SNU Connect. So they're in there, they're members of clubs, they're greeting new students. They are an incredible group that really helps us out as far as keeping the conversation going, since we're such a small team serving such a large amount of students, and the more the merrier as far as I'm concerned in SNU Connect. So with that, we also have a couple of pages that our team runs, and that is our new student connections page, which if you're able to log in the next couple days, I would encourage you to go straight to the new student connections page and introduce yourself, because this is where all of our new students are going, starting to meet each other, meet people in their majors, and kind of start to build those first connections. And we also have what we call our SNU Spirit page. This page is my favorite. We just kind of chat about national days. We just did National Pie Day, National Cookie Day. We do a lot of swag giveaways. So if you're looking for some swag, that's the place to be. I am in there almost every day, kind of having chats with students and just kind of making a place where we can converse with each other and come together around some common topics. So, Melanie, next slide. And I think this is my last slide. In closing, this is a picture of an event, a local event that we hosted in California. And our office's passion is really just finding ways to bring students together, whether that's in person or online. And we cannot wait to get to know everyone in this webinar today, whether that's through our digital platform or through an upcoming event. We really just want to make sure that you know that you have a home here and we have a community that's really excited to welcome you. So I look forward to answering your questions in the chat. Like I said, I'll post a block of text with some helpful links, and I will see you in SNU Connect. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Julia. If y'all learned anything today, it's just that there is 1 million ways to get involved and connect here at SNHU, and we're just super excited. There's something for everyone, so make sure you take a minute and explore those pages when you get the opportunity. Alyssa, I'm going to turn it over to you. We're going to talk about career services. Just let me know how to navigate your slides.
Wonderful. Thanks so much. I'm very happy to be here today with all of you. Again, my name is Alyssa, and I am a career engagement partner within the career services team here at SNHU. So my team focuses on connecting online students with career services and all of our amazing career resources early on in your programs. So for those of you who have not heard about career services, we are a free career advising and career exploration service for current online students and a free lifetime service for all of our graduates. So I am going to talk a little bit today about how career services can be of benefit to you here and now. And if you have any questions, please feel free to pop them in the chat and I will get to them as soon as I can. So Melanie, next slide, please. And so most of the students here today are attending college for a variety of career-related reasons. Either they maybe want to explore a new career or maybe looking to advance within their current one. And so you might not realize it, but your SNHU Career Services team offers many different types of support services related to getting you prepared for your next career venture. Our team can partner with you to help you outline your unique career plan during your college program. However, it does seem that most students wait until graduation or even after graduating to begin connecting with us. And we understand it could definitely be intimidating, maybe even overwhelming to start already thinking about your career plans. Trust me, everyone feels this way. But our career services team can help facilitate your next steps, no matter where you are in your unique career journey. And trust me, you will get the best results if you connect with our team and our career resources much earlier than graduation. This way, you can explore what careers interest you and then plan out and take more focused academic courses that best align with your career aspirations. And so I know it may not seem like a priority right now. Well, you're just getting started or just starting to go through your coursework, but I can't emphasize enough the importance of reaching out to us early in your program to start planning potential career paths that best suit you. Next slide, please. So, whether starting a new career or maybe you're looking to advance in your field, our team can assist you in many ways. And maybe you're thinking, well, I don't know what careers are out there. That's not a problem. That's exactly why our team is here. We can help you start the exploration journey here and now. So, students can reach out via email or call our SNHU Career Services team directly anytime during your academic program. Our career advisors are located nationwide and are available virtually, and we have over 70 plus professional advisors on our team. SNHU career advisors can provide individualized support to students geared towards goal setting, professional resume and cover letter, even portfolio assistance, interview preparation, job and internship search help, even salary negotiation tactics, and even personal social media branding help. We can also work with you if you're interested in pursuing an internship, and we host career events that students can attend anytime throughout the academic year. So, again, don't wait to reach out. We are here to support you in your career journey no matter where you're starting from. Next slide, please. And so in June of 2024, we launched our brand new virtual Career Center site for SNU online students and alumni called Career 360. Career 360 is your new centralized resource hub for all SNHU Career Services offerings. With access to customized job and internship postings, a specialized career event schedule and calendar, a comprehensive collection of industry focused career resources provided by our career services advisors, Career 360 offers a plethora of information to support you throughout every stage of your unique professional career journey. Next slide, please. So what does Career 360 offer? So SNHU online students and alumni can explore the homepage to get started. For example, at the very top, you can click the Jobs and Internships tabs to browse nationwide jobs and internships through our dedicated SNHU job board called Handshake. Handshake is the #1 resource for online SNU students and alum to search and apply for jobs and internships with nationwide employers that are targeting talented students like all of you. You can also click the Create a Resume tab and use our free SNHU resume building site called Skills First. As you continue to explore, you can click the People We Connect tab to learn more about how our career advisors can support you as an online student or alumni. You can also then click Affinities and Identities to explore diversity specific resources, including job searching, internships, and much more. You can also click the Explore Industries menu to browse specific career resources by your degree or your major and other professional industries that might interest you. You can also click the Build Career Skills menu to explore resources on resumes, interviewing, job and internship searching, networking, and connecting with one another as an online student, and so much more. And lastly, right there on the homepage, you'll see all of our events, and you can register to attend them at any time. Next slide, please. As I noted, Career 360 also gives you the chance to explore specific industry based career communities in business, education, healthcare, liberal arts, social sciences, and even STEM. Once you find your ideal career community, you can browse specific career resources like LinkedIn learning classes or highlighted jobs and internships and even career videos. If you're looking for more career help, you can find a ton of information related to resumes and cover letters, how to earn certifications, networking, how to negotiate a job offer, how to prepare for interviews, assessing or thinking about what your career interests are, preparing for graduate school, or starting your internship or job search. So again, Career 360 truly gives you the power to take your career to brand new heights. Next slide, please. In closing, I can't emphasize enough of the amazing career support that is available to you through our SNHU Career Services team. And so you may be asking yourselves, well, what can I do right now to get some career help? So some simple steps would be to check out or bookmark our Career Services website, Career 360, or contact our career advising team anytime for more one-on-one help and advice. So to note, that Career 360 link I've been talking about will be available in your Brightspace courses, so you can take a look there. And I'll also echo what has been said before about checking that SNHU email address. We here on the Career Services team are constantly emailing students through their SNHU emails to alert you on career events, job leads, career resources, and so much more. So again, I'll be adding all of the links to everything I've talked about here in the chat momentarily. Thank you all so much for your time today, and I will hand it off to our next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alyssa. Y'all, we're going to echo this a lot of times, but always be checking that SNHU student email. It's so important. But a lot of students think career services work with them later down the road in their academic journey. No, do not wait. There are so many awesome opportunities for you to connect one-on-one with them, the webinars, the different events that they host. It is an incredible department. So don't wait, click around, check out what they have to offer, and get connected with them when it works best for you. We're going to turn it over to Allison Johnson from our academic support team.
Hi, everyone, that's me. And I will reiterate what they said. I often will talk to folks about going to career services and checking the email. That email builds up if you don't check it. So make sure you're checking it and filing things away and reading it so you don't miss out on opportunities. And every time somebody goes to career services, they come back and tell me wonderful things. So that's just a little anecdotal evidence that I've heard over the course of working with folks. I'm one of the academic coaches with the academic support team. I'm here to talk to you about some of the things that we offer. I am one of many faces who you will see as you come in and work with academic support. So I'm happy to be here today to represent. Next slide, please. So before I move forward, this is our mission statement, as well as some of the different ways that you have to connect with us. Just by the emoji reactions with either a thumbs up or a heart, has anybody come to check us out yet? I have a few thumbs ups and some hearts. We love to see that. We love to see you. I'm going to walk through some of the ways that you have to interact with us and get support. I'm also going to post this little too long didn't replay video. It's about 4 minutes long and walks through everything that I'm going to go over as well. Next slide, please. So we are in every single one of your classes, whether you're a undergraduate and working on your associates, working towards a graduate degree, we are there. If you go into your class and then right above that banner in your class, we are next to Shapiro Library on the right-hand side. If you click on that link, it takes you to our academic support area, where you will be greeted with that menu right there to the left. It'll say your name and it'll give you the different options that we have to work with you. And it's just right there. So this is the easiest way to get there. And the reason why we have so many different modalities and ways to interact with us is because every class is different, every human is different, every need is different. And so if you need like a more high touch, like meet with somebody for 45 minutes, we have that. If you just need a little chat to get going, we have that as well. And you can kind of mix and match and use everything that we're going to talk to today all at once as well. Go ahead and skip to the next slide, please. So the 24/7 drop-in is the first thing you'll see on the top menu, and it is mostly text-based. There is a voice chat capability as well that you would just click on that little I want a tutor with voice chat. Sometimes that takes a little longer to wait for, but this is one of those no appointment needed. I'm working at 2 in the morning or 4 in the morning, kind of like, I know some other folks might not be there, but I'm feeling really stuck or not as confident on this one particular aspect of my assignment. This is a really great area to just get some help and some clarity to help get unstuck. And so you choose the topic and the subject area of your class. You can type your question and then attach a file, even if it's like an assignment guidelines and rubric or just a part of your math assignment, and they can help get you unstuck. And the 24/7 is a really nice option, knowing that you have some confidence in working at, whatever time we have something there for you. Next slide, please. We have written feedback as well. So this is another feature that's available pretty much anytime. So like if you're, whatever time you're working, if you just want a second set of eyes on your assignment before you hand it into your instructor, what you do is you click on the written feedback. It goes over to our written feedback team. You fill out this form with as much detail as possible because it's a real human going over your draft. So if you can provide them any feedback that you received, any concerns, so that they can tailor that feedback to you. You upload your file, and then after 12 hours, your feedback will be there for you. I always say it's good to try to plan for 24 hours, like a day. That way you have enough time to get the feedback, read the feedback, and apply the feedback if any changes are recommended. But that's why I just say give yourself a little extra time on this one. That way you have time to absorb it. Next slide, please. Then we have workshops. So if you're really enjoying this opportunity of meeting with folks at the university as well as other learners, our workshops are a really good space for that. We have office hour sessions where you can come with questions. We have workshops where we present information on a whole variety of subjects from our peer tutors and our academic coaches. So anything from citation to statistics, we have some workshops on. And so I always say the best thing to do, especially as you're leading up to your classes, is to go over to these workshops and maybe try out a few. We have like the New to SNU peer group, and we have a few other workshops specifically geared to folks that are just starting. And that might be a really good thing to kind of gear up and prep for the upcoming term, is to try the workshops. So the workshops are there, and if you hover over the workshop title, it tells you a little bit about what to expect. All right, next slide. Then we have two kind of personalized one-on-one opportunities. We have the peer tutors who are fantastic. There are people who are thriving in their courses and have a lot of advice to give from the content perspective. So we have folks in mathematics courses and psychology courses. They are empathetic, knowledgeable. They know what you're going through because they've been there themselves. You can schedule with them a one-on-one session for 45 minutes. So these are pre-scheduled. Then you can share your camera, your voice, your screen share capabilities. So it's really like you're sitting side by side with somebody and gaining the knowledge that they have to give. So this is excellent if you're needing some help with like your discussion board or understanding some of the content of the course or the assignment guidelines and rubric. Appointments are based on availability and can be booked every 72 hours because we want to make sure everybody has access to those wonderful peer tutors. Academic coaches like myself are available if you are not feeling as confident as you can, or you have been away for school for a while, or you start hearing kind of similar themed things or experiencing things that are getting in the way of your learning, like time management, or, how do I fit this all in, or how do I approach this better? You might benefit from working with an academic coach on a coaching plan. And so what we do is we work with you to develop a goal that might be like building a good school routine or better reading comprehension or note-taking strategies. And then we create a goal together. We'll meet for 3 weeks. And then at the end of 3 weeks, we identify next steps. So that might look like adding more coaching sessions or trying out some of the other support options. But also that one-on-one 45-minute camera on screen sharing type thing, but really honing in on those study skills. Next slide, please. So when you want to work with the peer tutors, we have this system right now in place for scheduling. And I just like to show people so you know tips and tricks to best use it. So the top line is the subject area. So you'll click on peer tutoring. This comes up. you click on subject area. So that might look like IDS if you're in an IDS class, or social sciences if you're in one of the psychology courses. Another trick that you can do is type in rubric support. So if you have questions on your rubric, you can type in rubric support and you'll see most of our tutors come up, and then you can kind of explore what their specialties are by clicking on the meetings available on the right-hand side. It tells you the person's name and it tells you a little bit about their areas of expertise. That subject area line will have a couple of drop downs on things like if you need help with statistics or Java, it has that as an option. And then these buttons light up kind of that blue-gray color. That's when you know some peer tutors are available. And then the who's available is on the right-hand side. You click on that. It shows the person's picture and some information about their areas of specialty. You hit book now, and then you are set for a session with them, and you get a reminder an hour beforehand. Next slide. For academic coaching, the setup for scheduling is a little bit different. You click on pre-scheduled support where the peer tutors live as well, and then you click on academic coaching. It has like a choose your own adventure sort of thing where it says, I don't understand the course that I'm taking this term. That will direct you back over to the peer tutors, and the peer tutors are content people. If you're struggling to do well or need somebody to help set goals, you click the right option and then hit continue. And then it goes to select the skills and book your planning meeting. And we have a couple of skills like time and task, strengthening academic skills. You click the one or two that you think you need to work on with a coach, and then you're given the coach menu of who's available, and then you can book a session with them. I see a couple of hands raised, so if you want to put your question in the chat, you can let us know and we can do our best to answer. I think that's all I have to on that one. Yep. We also have resources. So we have videos, sheet guides, and we have a whole new academic support area for our resources. So I'll click the link in there because we have a bunch of videos and things that are really helpful that you can access from our website, but also our new academic support website that I'll put, or resource center that I'll put the link to, that has a bunch of videos. So if you're a self-paced learner, just need a few little extra bits of information about APA, we have you covered there as well. Next slide, please. And if you're more of a visual learner, like to hear and see things at the same time, we have a whole YouTube page with all that information. So a lot of really good, short, sweet, to the point videos about grammar, about organization, about math and statistics are over here that you can go through, especially citations as well. And so all of that is here on our YouTube site, and I'll post a link to our new academic resource center as well, where you can find videos and more. But I think that's all I have to share with you today, and I'm excited to pass it on to Shapiro Library.
Thank you so much, Allison. Y'all, academic support has so many services for you and your success. No matter if you've been out of school for a long time, this is your first time back, maybe you've have a class under your belt, or like you're just transferring schools, but you've been in school, no matter where you're at, they have so many services for your success. So don't sleep on them. Utilize them. They are so amazing. And every time students use them in my classes, they're like, I don't know why I wasn't doing this sooner. So don't wait. All right, I'm going to turn it over to our amazing librarian for the Shapiro Library.
Hi, thanks, Melanie. I'm Shanna Chartier. I'm one of our directors of information literacy at the Shapiro Library. I'm super happy to be here today and kind of do as brief of an overview of the library as I can. The library is very extensive. There's a lot available, so I'll try to keep it as simple as possible as I navigate through. But as Allison mentioned, you can get to the library through your Brightspace page on the top menu bar there. So once you click on that, that's going to bring you to here, which is the library homepage. It's been recently revamped, but the one thing I always like to point out first and foremost is that bright yellow 24/7 library chat button and the email on the top right side. So when you start getting into your research, and if you come across any kind kind of barriers, or just you're not finding results that you want or need, or you can't locate something, that little chat button is going to help you. It's going to connect you it's going to connect you with a member of the library team who can help. If they don't know the answer, they'll find someone around that does. So tuck that away, keep that in mind. There's always someone here to help, literally 24/7, because we know students are coming to us from all around the world. And go ahead and do next. There it goes. Okay, so I just wanted to go through some of the menu options along the top. You'll see that, and there's kind of a duplication where it's like you can find links to places here, or you can find places in the quick links box on the library homepage. You're going to see some matching there, so you can get to places. We kind of just have lots of ways to get to the same good places. But you'll see multi-search is there at the top. Our multi-search is that big search box right on the library homepage, and it searches a number of our databases at the same time. So it's a really good database to search if you're just kind of starting out broad and you want to see what else is out there. It's a really great place. Conversely, you've got the A to Z database list, and that's more like that's the listing of our specific databases. And I think we have like close to 400 databases. There are a lot. But if you're a business student, for example, you're not going to be able to type in SWOT analysis into the multi-search and get like a SWOT analysis for a company, for example. You would want to go to a business-specific database like Mergent or something like that. So that's when the A to Z database list is going to be your friend. If you're a nursing major and you want to, you need to go get up-to-date information, that's when you would do A to Z database list. So there's the broad, just catch all, like let's get all the good broad results. And then there's the more honed in, let's narrow that in. We also have a publication finder, which is if you go into there and you're like, let's say you're looking for an article in the Chronicle of Higher Education and want to see what access we have to that particular journal. You can type that in the publication finder. It'll show you all of the databases it's in. It'll show you the date ranges that we have access to, and you can search within the publication as well. Library catalog is actually changing. We're right in the middle. We're in flux right now. But as of right now, if you search in the multi-search for a book, and if you're not close to New Hampshire, you can still have physical books sent to you from the library. So don't feel limited. We pay for postage to get it to you and then to get it back. If you want more information about that, you can always type in, you'll notice the FAQ box kind of on the bottom right. If you want to type in online student or have books mailed to me or something like that, we can get it to you. So if you want to look for physical books that we have, you can do that. We have this new archives, open education resources. And then if you wanted to log into your library account, check a status, check how much longer you have items checked out, anything like that, you can go to the login there. And then we have interlibrary loan, which is here and also in the quick links box, because interlibrary loan is something that whether it's physical books, mostly students use it for articles. If you're searching the library databases, if you're out on Google and you find like the perfect article and we don't have access to it, you can go into interlibrary loan, you can fill out a form, and then we will reach out to other libraries and get that for you. And if it's a digital thing, usually within a day, you can get it in a PDF or whatever format you need. And you can get access to that information. So even within the confines of what we have here, which is a lot, if we don't have it, we can find it basically. So don't feel short if you don't find what you're looking for. There's ways that we can find that information for you. And I think we'll go next slide. So next tab is the research and teaching support. So this is searching in the library databases 101 kind of stuff. Like library databases, they don't have the algorithmic power that Google has. You can't just kind of type in a sentence and get a million results. You really have to learn how to search them effectively using keywords, like keyword and another keyword, and that's what's going to get you better results than having a bunch of kind of joiner words inside as well. So the Getting Started guide is a great place to really look at some videos and images and content and learn how to search effectively so that you're not hitting a bunch of results lists that don't actually bring you the kind of articles and stuff that you need. So I definitely recommend looking at the Getting Started guide. You've got search tips. We have a very robust citation guide. Citing Your Sources has citation examples and videos on all the site, APA, MLA, Chicago are our 3 majors. And then we did just recently add a tab for citing artificial intelligence, which is going to be a pretty big and upcoming thing. So keeping an eye on the citing your sources guide is helpful as well. Other useful things, copyright, using videos, video tutorials, academic integrity, and then we also have a number of research guides. So if you're a history major, we have a history library guide, and that has a bunch of primary source databases and things like that that will get you to specific history-centered content. So it's really curated to just kind of make it a one-stop shop. You might find in some of your courses there are library guides attached to those courses, like English 190, for example, has a library guide associated with that course. So if you find you need to access that stuff, you can find it under this drop-down tab. And I think I'm ready to move on. The other stuff is kind of not something I'm covering today. So about the library, if you need the directory, someone specific you need to contact, you can do that. There's the 24/7 library chat. If you are nearby, if you're an online student or not, you can use the library space, the building itself. So if you need to know the hours or parking or get a study room, anything like that, that's how you can do that. There's some about us information and then our general policies. And I'll go ahead and go next. And then there's Get Help, right? So we have our FAQs, we've got research help, citation support, you've got your chat with a librarian, and then oftentimes we get one major technical issue. Like if a database has a glitch in it at a certain time, sometimes it can get saved in your browser history, and then you try to do a search and it leads you to just like a page that's like, nope, 404 or whatever. So often clearing your browser's cache and cookies is the best option to try if you ever run into that particular roadblock. That's one of the biggest technical issues we find when we're working with students in the library, but there are also some troubleshooting links and tips and FAQs and stuff listed here as well. So yeah, please feel free. There's plenty of support. There's plenty of help. We're happy to do whatever it takes to get you on right on the right path so that you're getting what you need in the right time. And next slide. All right. So this is my last slide, and that was, like I said, very brief tour, but luckily this is recorded, so you can go back, and all of this stuff is covered in the Getting Started guide. So like I said, research tips and tricks, getting keywords and developing a topic and research questions, all that stuff is covered in the Getting Started guide, and how to evaluate sources and make sure that you're not running into misinformation and that you're getting quality resources, and all that good stuff is covered in there. So I definitely recommend it. I have been talking, so I haven't been paying attention to the chat, but I will go back in and comb through and make sure I answer any questions that may have come through. But like I said, big happy yellow chat 24/7 button. We're here, we're happy to help, and once you start your research, feel free to utilize this as a resource, because we love researching. So, and I think I'll pass it on to the next presenter. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much, y'all. The library has so many cool things for you and your success. So don't forget to explore it and check it out. And I know there was a bunch of questions in the chat about different things regarding physical books, ebooks, Libby access. Shanna's going to get to that in the chat here in just a second. So let's get to know our amazing alumni department. Becca, I'm going to turn over to you.
Awesome. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Becca. I'm the Associate Director of Alumni Engagement here at SNHU, and I'm actually also an instructor for SNHU 107. So I'm going to cross my fingers that one of you in this webinar today who is taking that class will be a student in my course coming up in January. So I'm excited to share with you information about who our alumni are, like what our office does. You might be thinking alumni are people who have completed a program. I'm just starting. Why does that matter to me? But I promise that we offer some programs that you can take advantage of now and some opportunities that anyone can get involved in. And it's also just good to know what the network looks like as you continue. So next slide. We have a lot of alumni here at SNHU. We have over 273,000 alumni. Over 193,000 have graduated from online programs, which is just about 70%. So there's a lot of online students who are just like you, who were starting this program without any experience at all, or maybe came in with a lot of transfer credits. If they can do it, you can do it, and you'll be able to join this this large elite group of folks. And we have top 5 degree types that are held by alumni. 24% of our alumni graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree. This could be business, human research management, finance. And then the next highest is Bachelor of Arts degree, which is communications, justice studies, and psychology. So Perfect Melanie is already ready to go with the highest population of alumni by state. Some of this is surprising and some of this probably is not. New Hampshire is the largest, and followed by Massachusetts. The states are very close to one another. But after that, Texas, California, Florida, those are our biggest. Obviously, those are pretty big states. I promise you that there are SNHU students in your community and alumni in your community. Every time that we go to these regional events that Julia was talking about earlier, everyone is always in awe of like, oh, I wasn't sure anyone else would show up. I thought I was the only one doing this. There are people connected to SNHU wherever you go, which is one of my favorite things. And this might be surprising, maybe not, but we are truly global. We have over 150 countries where alumni live and work, and some of our biggest populations include Malaysia, Rwanda, Vietnam, Thailand, and Canada. Next slide, please. So there are many different ways to give back to SNHU once you are an alum, and I hope this also gives you an idea of, as a current student, how you can work with alumni now. So we are so lucky to work with amazing students, alumni, donors, volunteers, and staff. So these are just some of the ways that you can connect with folks. As Alyssa in Career Services mentioned earlier, they utilize Handshake for jobs and internships. But what may be surprising is that some of the folks that are recruiting for positions are alumni of SNHU, and we hear all the time that they would like to kind of give back to the SNHU community by passing the baton to a fellow student or graduate, which is pretty cool. You never know, you could end up working with someone else who graduated from SNHU. Maybe they'll be your boss. There's a lot of good connections there. Lastly, I do want to note that as a student, you can also apply for scholarships, and these scholarships may be directly funded by an alumna or member of the SNHU community who wants to support you in your educational journey. Through our office, we provide resources alongside the Student Financial Services Office. Keep an eye on my SNHU, the online portal, for more information when that becomes available. Typically February or March, keep an eye out. All right, next slide, please. So I will quickly touch on this because Julia did a great job explaining regional events earlier, but I agree that they're my favorite part, so I just want to shout them out again. And also, I think it's a great reminder that you can stay connected to these kinds of events and stay connected to SNHU no matter where you are in your journey. As you can see, we've recently traveled to Atlanta, Austin, DC, Chicago, Boston, Cleveland. We have upcoming events in Jacksonville, Florida this February, the first week of February. If you're in that area, just mark your calendar now. And then Charlotte, North Carolina in May. And then we're always looking to go back to the places we've traveled to certainly to explore new ones. So keep an eye out for in SNHU Connect, certainly, for information now. And then we have our own website and emails, and we'll get that information to you too. It's definitely super exciting for us to get to meet people in person. Next slide, please. All right, so SNHU has, or I would say our office has like these 2 signature events, one in the fall and then one in the spring. Homecoming is in the fall, where we partner with the Office of Student Involvement, as Julia mentioned. For Homecoming, it's truly a university-wide celebration, honors the past and embraces the future of SNHU. Everyone is welcome, campus and online, students, family, friends, staff. We have in-person events on the SNHU campus here in Manchester, New Hampshire, but we also have regional events all over the country. And then we also have virtual events as well. So you can get involved however works for you. Mark your calendars now for October 17th through the 19th of 2025 for this fall's homecoming. I know it's a little far away, but it'll be here before we know it. Next slide, please. And then the event that's a little closer is Global Days of Service. That is run through our office, but partnered with many different offices throughout the university. It's a month-long community service event in March and April, where alumni, students, faculty, and staff come together across the globe to strengthen our communities. We have a number of volunteer projects that you can get involved in, whether you want to lead a project or sign up to join one that's already happening. We'd love to have you involved. It's really cool to see these projects everywhere from locally. I'm here in New Hampshire, California, Texas, Florida, Alabama. There were a lot in Alabama last year. They really are everywhere, and we're always looking for more. So I will pop our website into the chat in just a moment. Alumni.snhu.edu/serve, but I know you can't click on that link, so I can put it in the chat in a minute. If you're interested in leading a project, maybe you already volunteer with an organization that's close to your heart. You don't have to create anything brand new. You can open something up that you're already working with to the SNHU community, and my office and other offices would be happy to help you figure out how to make that happen. All right, and then last slide for me is it worth staying connected? I think so. I hope that you'll say so as well after seeing this and after moving through your program. I think the reasons to stay involved include gaining professional contacts in an alumni network of 273,000. There's got to be someone who matches your interests and goals. We have fun events with really fun people who share your Penman pride. You can tap into a pipeline of talented interns and future employees, contribute to the success of current and future SNHU students. So I think it's worth staying connected. I hope you agree, and I look forward to seeing all of you as you move through your program. So I'm going to pass it back. I think it goes back to Melanie now.
It does. It comes back to me. All right, y'all. Well, I know that it has been a full information-packed hour. We just have a couple things left, and then we'll wrap it up. So just a reminder, too, because I saw this in the chat, this is recorded, and an email will go out that showcases, like, this entire webinar, so you can go back and watch it and grab all the information that y'all might need to have. So if you are taking IDS 105 or if you're taking SNHU 107, give me an emoji, like a smiley face, a high five, like something to let me know that you're taking those classes. Those are two of the classes here at SNHU that are in what is called our first year experience program. And I realized I never introduced myself. I'm Melanie Shop. Hello. I was the host today, but I also get the opportunity to work with IDS 105 and SNHU 107 students in the dedicated learning community spaces that you have for those two classes in SNHU Connect. Plus, I get to work with all your faculty, and I teach a section of SNHU 107 and IDS 105. So much like Becca, I'm hopeful that some of my students will be in this session today. What I wanted to let you know about IDS 105 and SNHU 107 is they are two very special classes. Those classes are two of the only classes here at the university that have a dedicated learning community space in SNHU Connect. What that means is if you're taking one of these two classes or both of them, when you get that access to SNHU Connect, which can take about 7 to 10 days after you register for classes, when you get that access, you want to find the IDS 105 learning community and the SNHU 107 learning community, okay? These two places are a place for you to get to know other students that are taking that class just like you are, or you get to know students that have already taken it. The really cool thing about the learning community is that there are webinars. There are dedicated webinars every single week for both IDS 105 and SNHU 107 that go over the content and the concepts and the assignments that you're doing from week to week. So things that'll show you how to like access the discussion board, go over different concepts you're covering in the week, how to find this assignment, how to submit this assignment, tips for your success, things like that, that just give you a little bit of extra support for your success here at SNHU, okay? Those webinars, there are a handful of them that are live just like this, but they're always also recorded. A lot of the webinars for the term are pre-recorded or they're on demand. They're posted in the First Year Experience YouTube channel. And I'm going to pop all those links in the chat, but you're going to get all that in your student email. So I don't want to like put all this stuff in the chat too, because you're going to get tons of links and reminders for these webinars and how to access them in your SNHU student email. It's another reminder of how important it is to be checking your SNHU student email and also your course announcements for any of the classes that you're taking, okay? There's also these just-in-time focus videos that are available for IDS 105 and SNHU 107. They're quick, like under a couple of minutes videos that walk you through a certain topic or a certain assignment from week to week. All of this just equals your success. So these are available for IDS 105 and SNHU 107. They're super helpful, and it's such a great way to get involved and explore SNHU Connect, but it's going to directly correlate to your academics, which is super exciting. So this slide here has the First Year Experience YouTube page, like links. This is where if you hopped on this right now, you're going to see the current term because there's students actively taking SNHU 107 and IDS 105 right now, but you'll see all the webinars and all the videos already loaded. Those will shift and change for you when you start your classes here in January. But it's just a reminder to bookmark these links if you're taking one of these classes, because these videos and webinars, they're optional, they're not graded, you're not going to get extra credit, but they are so helpful and they'll help guide you through your assignments in your class from week to week, whether you're taking SNHU 107 or IDS 105. And then these are just the quick links to when you have access to SNHU Connect, you can find IDS 105 and the SNHU 107 learning communities. I just post helpful reminders like webinar links, video links that are helpful, some motivational stuff. Plus, it's a great space to get to know other students that have taken or are taking those classes, but they might not be in your very specific classroom, okay? There is a pre-term webinar. It's for both classes, whatever you're taking, whether it's IDS 105 or SNHU 107. It is a webinar that's going to go over kind of your top 10 tips for success to get started in your classes. This is really helpful, especially if have any of you, give me your hands if you've been out of school for a while, or maybe school didn't work out before and now you're back. Or maybe you're just starting something new, or you're coming back for a second degree. No matter what it is, this is a great webinar for you to participate in or to watch the recording, as it's going to go over really quickly, like kind of where to click and how to find things in the very beginning of your class, but also it's going to talk about some tips for your success. But again, every single module, there's an entire webinar dedicated to that week to help you be successful, okay? Another plug for those course announcements and SNHU email, all this information goes there, so don't feel like you have to write something down or look for something, because your SNHU email and course announcements will have a lot of this information posted in it too, okay? I don't think that Kat is here. Hold on just a sec. I wanted to check and see if Kat is here. She is part of our peer mentor team here at SNHU. We have a peer mentor team that really just is more of a one-on-one student connection to really help you, just inspire you and empower you and encourage you to grow and get settled as you are navigating your academic journey here at SNHU. So I don't think Kat is here, so I'm going to go over this part for her. She is one of our amazing students who's earning her graduate degree, so it's pretty exciting. These are students just like you that have been through your classes. They've been through trying to manage their schedules, utilizing and working with the different resources here at the university. So peer mentors are different than any of the services or the peer offerings that academic support has, okay? This is completely different, separate department. They are just a one-on-one relationship to get to know you and help you succeed here at SNHU. These peer mentors share a lot of best practices and tips for your success on a one-on-one level. These students and peer mentors share their personal stories, kind of how they worked through getting started in school and how they worked through any issues they might have had. Plus, they can connect you with the different SNHU resources and teams that are here. There's a lot of data behind utilizing the peer mentors. It's all about your productivity as a student, keeping you on track to get you ready for graduation and to graduate, and just also forming this wonderful relationship and this bond that's a connection like no other. So it's really a great opportunity for you as a student to be a mentee. You can actually submit a questionnaire and an application to be a mentee and to be assigned to a peer mentor. It's just another great way for you to connect here at the university and just kind of have like a accountability coach, really kind of is how I like to look at our amazing peer mentors to help you get through your educational experience. And they work specifically with our new students. So if you want to know more about it, there's a brief form that you're going to fill out. Also, that new student connections group that is in SNHU Connect, A lot of times there's reminders about it in there too. And then there's this email, peermentors@snhu.edu. You can email them, let them know you're interested in exploring this opportunity to work with one of our peer mentors here at SNHU. So y'all, that's it. That is all that we have for today. I am going to post a quick link for a feedback survey, or you can scan the QR code with your smartphone if you have one. We want to know what you thought about today, if there's anything that we were missing, if there was anything that we could add, or additional information that you might need for your success as you get started here. But we just want to make sure that y'all know that we're so excited for you. So on behalf of SNHU and our entire university staff and faculty, we are just so thankful that you've chosen us to partner with on your educational journey and to help you meet those academic goals. You heard from a lot of people today, and I hope when you walk away from this, you realize that you just have so much support here at SNHU for your success. You don't have to go it alone. Like, we believe in you. We're excited for you. Keep an eye out if you're taking IDS 105 or SNU 107 for that preterm webinar information. This webinar, again, was recorded. I'll get it downloaded here, and I'll get it the link out so that it can be emailed out to all of you to your university emails. You can go back and watch it in case you need to. But we're just really excited for y'all. So thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We know that your time is precious. Remember, you're going to be amazing. You got this. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great rest of your afternoon.